Hello, everybody. It's Anon G here. Now, my my colleague Resistor Paladin is back. I say colleague like we just work together at a lab or some shit. But I you know because I feel like this. There's been times where Mac has literally scarred his audience. He has done streams that really did fuck up with many people mentally. I'm talking. There are times where he says that he was in an Indian, he had a knife. There were other times where he was like, I'm gonna take pills, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. There's one time where he really did almost go into the road and was about to run himself over. Like, y'all don't understand the kind of shit me and Bug have seen over the past, over the long period of Bug be associated with Mac. And it's really quite fucked up, man. But about the whole Laurel thing, because I've touched on this before, but I was kind of waiting for Resistor to say something, so, at least then I feel like I'm, taking it at his slender. But okay, and I'll say this, because my dear friend Bug, you may know him as the Big 3 Box Network dude, he literally told me, like, he told me about the stuff that was happening with Laurel being fed up and wanting to go with Bud, Rebel, and Moon Maiden. What happened was, I think Brooke showed her the the fanfic he made, which I think is hilarious. It really just shows how messed up he actually is. One day I'll show it to y'all. And Buck, if you're watching this, make it shareable so people can see it. But not the point. But I think she felt like a certain kind of way, like we're telling her to choose a side, when really you wanted to get away from him, but now you want to go back. It's like I hate to say this, and I'm taking a line straight from Brokeback Mountain, but it's like she can't quit him no matter what happens, no matter how much foul shit Mac says and puts out there. This man could call her a bunch of different shit, and still she'll go back like an abused girlfriend. Like, I don't find that kind of like weird, a little freaky, well, no, crazy. Now, Resistor won't say that. Now, Resistor said he ain't making a full statement about them being lovers. But I don't know, me and Bug, we've been going back and forth. We've been thinking about it, and as some people may say, the math ain't mathin'. Because the fact that she's willing to go out on a limb for a man who basically threatens her and says the most owlish shit to her when he is angry. Not even, and because he got fired, not even when he's like angry at her specifically. It's just, but it's like, oh, where Ron was pointing that out. I swear to God, if y'all had, if that's how Mac treats his family, or the fuck I'm glad none of us are in their family. Jeez, it's like, okay, here's what I want to say, man. It's just, at this point, this is how it's always gonna be, because I feel a lot of you don't want to stand up. And for longing, I understand. You don't want to be out. You don't want people to know your name. You don't want people to say anything about you. And yeah, you're about like easy for me to say. I wear a great mask and suit. People don't know who I am on Rick, and you'd be right about that. But at the same time, I decided to even under this identity, to be there for people that need my help. And I'm not trying to force it. I'm not going to yell at all of you. I'm just saying at this point, the only way Mac and the others can be stopped to be held accountable for anything is that you guys have to stop deifying all three of them. You have to stop deifying all three of them and actually consider that maybe what they did, all the stuff they put you guys through, may have been a bad thing. Whether you were a teenager or a kid. You can't deify the guy just because he made something you like, and you're just gonna disregard everything else. That just proves that you rather be following the crowd than actually proving to yourself that you don't need him. That's why I made Break Free. That's why I made The Wolf is Using You. Because he is. And the fact that y'all don't know it is crazy. Like, sometimes you have to understand that you meet your heroes. But there's always been that old saying, don't meet your heroes, they'll disappoint you. But the thing about that is, you're not willing to see your hero for what he really is. A guy who scarred people, who basically did those streams and didn't care that you were on his side, that you wanted to help him. All this man cared about was one person and one person only. The only person you did those streams for. Laurel. Not you, not Bond, not anybody he was ever close to. Laurel. He wanted Laurel's attention. And y'all need to understand that. Y'all need to wake up about that. You can't deify a man who literally treats you treats you all like you're disposable. Because if he gets mad at you, your brain was done. That's garden. She does himself. And I gotta ask you, is it worth being in his good graces? Is it worth being in his good graces if it means more people get fucking hurt? Talked down to? Yelled at? For nothing that they did on their own? That's what I gotta say. But I'll leave you guys alone. Because honestly, I feel like y'all need to think about that. Instead of just, and if you hear something in the background, every time I had this voice like catches with it. But the thing is, you have to understand that your hero is not who he seems to be. And you may say, I don't know what I'm talking about, delete this. But really consider what I'm saying to you. Instead of just seeing me as a green motherfucker that doesn't know what he's talking about. I have been in situations that would turn all of you, periwinkle. I have seen things. I've done things to help other people. I've done all of them, did a bunch of things. And I've seen people do the most horrible, horrendous shit imaginable. And the thing I don't understand is how half of you will just defend it. Half of you will sit there and say, oh, he didn't do nothing wrong. When you guys don't even try to fight. It's not even about, like, y'all wouldn't even fight for yourselves. Some people will. Some people I've talked to have. Others just want to sit there and deny it. That's the sad part. That's the part I feel like y'all need to understand. Y'all do not try to fight for yourselves. Like that same me and Bud keep saying. That'll never be another era. That'll never be another chance. Cause you fall. Because you never tried to stand for yourselves. And the thing is, you never did. So you never did until you were really trying to save him from us like we're doing horrible things. But when we're talking the truth, none of you want to hear it. Not even Laurel, Gene, or Mac want to hear it. None of these people want to hear nothing we got to say. It will pretty much go, we're going to do this, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. Let me tell you something. You can't get us for what we already know, for what we already see. You can't get us for telling them what we know is the truth. How about instead of you guys like fighting with us? I love how Gene and Laurel act like they can just stay out of it because they're not a part of this. Laurel, you'll always be a part of this as long as he'll always say something to you. Gene, you're connected with him romantically. It's always been a lot. It's always going to fall on you because that is your romantic partner. You need to learn. And my dog Chauncey is doing something. I wonder if the voice will catch with it. Either way, I'm going to go, guys. This is Anon G Speaks, I think 7th, 8th. Okay. I'm gonna look at my video and be like, oh, this is like 7. I'll see you guys later. Peace.